Hello! From unique methods of solving traffic jams to robots that apply markings. In this selection you will find the most amazing and innovative road technologies of the 21st century. Go! The Hercules barrier was created to soften the blow on the most dangerous sections of roads, and perhaps its test drive looks harsh. But don't forget that this is a heavy car that crashes into him at a speed of 100 kilometers per hour. It is logical that any car whose brakes have failed, and especially if it is a truck, poses the maximum threat on the highway. It is for this case that special safety islands filled with sand were invented, which will allow vehicles to stop as gently as possible. But in Switzerland they came up with a way to carry out repair work without blocking the movement of the car. For this purpose, a mobile bridge is used, which can be easily constructed in a few hours. Considering the size and safety of the design, you won't even notice the difference. Putting an overturned multi-ton truck on wheels is no easy task. However, the guys from Canada have come up with a way to minimize the damage from its contact with the ground using airbags. Look yourself. Are you ready to bet? You've never seen a saw this size before. In fact, this is a real trench digger which is used to carry out communications underground. But this diamond-coated saw can cut anything. Even the bridge she's on now. Barriers along roads are used everywhere and have saved more than one life, but now they have been improved significantly, making them roller. In the event of an accident, the car will simply roll along it, minimizing damage. Usually repairing hatches is a long and energy-consuming process, so a new method was only a matter of time. As it turned out, a circular cut with a special device can allow the use of 20% less material and improve the quality and durability of the hatch. Check out what it looks like in action. There are places where it is necessary to ensure instant fire extinguishing, for example in road tunnels, where fire spreads quickly and is difficult to evacuate. Fortunately, nowadays there are automatic fire extinguishing systems that do all the work before the firefighters arrive. It's no secret that the intensity of traffic on a certain section of the road depends on the time of day. And to make existing highways more practical, engineers came up with mobile barriers. With their help, you can easily change the number of lanes and relieve congestion on an important route in case of a traffic jam. Like if these are simply necessary in your city. You can print almost anything on a tri-printer, even an entire road. No, you heard right. In fact, this road laying process is much faster and more convenient, and also more environmentally friendly. As for the quality, it is in no way inferior to the traditional method, and the process itself looks incredibly sticky. Life hack on how to simultaneously increase the number of parking spaces and make parking easier. Unlike other similar blocks, this stop grid causes minimal damage to the car, but its strength is capable of stopping a multi-ton truck flying into it at high speed. Imagine the world's safest crosswalk and see what some innovators have come up with. And even though it's just a concept, it looks impressive. Another innovation in the field of electric vehicles is the German Autobank, which allows trucks to charge while driving. The Nampu Bridge in Shanghai, built back in 1991, is still an architectural structure that you can stare at for hours. It is designed in the form of a spiral not only for beauty, but also for the sake of functionality. More than 120,000 cars cross this bridge every day, and at night its illumination looks incredibly mesmerizing. Now workers can operate equipment without leaving home. It sounds too fantastic, but it's a fact. This technology allows you to work at a distance of as much as 5,000 kilometers. It seems that we are looking at a new level of remote work. Work on the construction of a railway has always been one of the most difficult. Luckily, engineers have found a way to simplify it, and now they can just assemble it like a construction set. Brilliant! To lay asphalt on a large highway, regular equipment is simply not enough. To optimize the processes, you need almost an entire plant, and fortunately engineers have figured out how to make one on wheels. Such a modern asphalt paver can not only automatically prepare cement itself, but also distribute it evenly and accurately across the entire road. In fact, workers can only sit at the control panel and watch the process with a cup of coffee in their hands. Some sad statistics. Every year, more than 20% of deaths in road accidents occur among motorcyclists. To reduce these figures, Argentina made an interesting move. They installed a special traffic light that recognizes motorcyclists without helmets. It will not turn on the green light until the bike rider puts on a helmet. Thus, he not only cannot move further according to the law, but can also cause indignation among other road users. A house on the seashore or by a lake is the dream of many. However, their most common problem is flooding due, for example, to large amounts of precipitation. That is why such mobile installations will help protect your home from such troubles. Essentially, this is a small personal dam for your home. Sounds cool already. Development of techniques for areas with high rainfall. Check it out. The coating absorbed water like a sponge. The whole trick is in the special surface design, which allows liquid to seep into the seams. Just imagine, no puddles on the road after the rain. A simple yet ingenious solution to eliminate traffic jams in the turn lane. Who would have thought that the tedious process of leveling cement could be fun? With the right technique, this is possible. Have you ever played racing cars that charge from the road itself? Engineers in Sweden decided to transfer a similar system to power real cars. This is still in the experimental stage, but if the results are positive, it is possible that all roads will look something like this. Now, even the most notorious violators will not be able to say that they did not notice the stop sign in the tunnel. This technology is a hologram, but for drivers it is the illusion of a real wall. Now all we have to do is learn how to use it in open space, and the roads will become much safer. The idea is so good that you want to invest in it. It looks like the job of tow truck drivers just got a lot easier. Typically, a crane must be used to unload large volumes. But Dutch engineers were inspired by the idea of two-in-one, and created a trailer with a roller crane. It doesn't just save production costs, it is also capable of working in the most inaccessible places and unloading giant slabs, bricks and other building materials without any problems. It's not just the technology that deserves respect, it's also the skill of the driver. Perfectly even laying. India ranks among the first in terms of the number of road accidents, which most often occur on difficult sections of mountain roads. To reduce the number of accidents, local engineers have created a device that will warn about a car that is around a bend and out of the driver's line of sight. The device catches the signal and transmits it to the other side of the road, so both motorists will know about each other, and will be able to drive as carefully as possible. The project has not yet gained its popularity, but it is definitely worth attention and implementation on the roads, and in other countries. If you've been blaming the workers for the bad roads in your city, there's good news. Soon they may be replaced by automated cars, which you don't even need to leave the salon to operate. The advantage is that such devices perform the work much better and faster than an ordinary worker. We look forward to seeing this technology implemented everywhere. Could you imagine 10 years ago that your car would be fueled by a real robot? Today this is quite possible. Such a system consists of a robotic manipulator that dispenses fuel from a dispenser, and customer identification and payments are carried out through the application. Interesting idea, what do you think? Thanks to innovative technologies, pouring curbs has become much easier. Due to its mobility and simple controls, this machine can not only create almost any shape of curbs, but also to prepare all the conditions for its highest quality installation. Repairs began on the highway, but it dragged on for many months because the equipment could not cope with the volume of work. How to solve this problem? Immediately lay a sheet 18 meters wide, as for example this asphalt paver does. But for those who are tired of climbing the mountain on a bicycle, a special white lift was installed in the city of Trondheim in Norway. All you have to do is fix it with one leg and keep your balance. Any truck driver knows how difficult it can be to clear the snow from your roof in the winter. The creators of this device understand them perfectly. That is why special snow removal systems have been developed that help remove snow from a truck trailer in a couple of seconds, which will again increase its efficiency to the maximum. There are situations when it is necessary to leave the entrance to the territory free for a car, but at the same time limit the exit. These spikes are perfect for this. Look how obediently they hide down and how mercilessly they destroy tires when moving in the opposite direction. Do you know how to make road surfaces much stronger? Use geotextiles. That's right, this is a special road fabric that is applied under the road surface. Surprisingly, this thing is capable of stabilizing the soil and easily allows water to pass through it, which certainly guarantees the durability of the route. People no longer have to put cones on highways. Or rather, the driver of this van can do this by pressing just one button. This method ensures road safety and reduces the likelihood of driver distraction from the road. The machine can arrange all the cones in just 10 seconds with maximum precision and reliability. If you can sew a patch on clothes, why can't you sew one on the road? Apparently, these guys thought so and invented one of the most effective ways to patch potholes on the roads. It's all about the layers, which are superimposed on each other extremely tightly and hermetically, maintaining strength for many years to come. The easiest way to build a highway is to simply spray asphalt. This innovative machine saves a lot of time and money compared to the traditional method, and the quality remains the same. Here's another step in energy conservation. It is the first vertical wind turbine designed to harvest wind energy from passing cars. But before its installation, many did not even think that it was possible to save energy on such things. The module is also equipped with an environmental pollution sensor, an earthquake sensor, and even Wi-Fi. It turns out that road markings can be applied not only with paint, but also with cold plastic. Experiments have shown that it reflects light better in the dark and lasts much longer on highways. You can safely hide the shovel in the basement for the winter and forget about it until spring. Now, to ensure that your path is always clear of snow and even dry, there is an option to install a special heater under it that will definitely cope with all precipitation. How to make a real tank out of a road roller. Elementary with this technology. The development will make it possible in just a couple of minutes to convert the drum of a conventional roller into a roller that will go across an unfavorable soil and will not get stuck. Such technologies, for example, worked well when they were used in the construction of a giant airport in Istanbul. The traffic police can now work in a slightly more relaxed mode. At least, they no longer need to worry about their safety while standing on dangerous sections of the road with the radar in their hands. The robot will do all the work for them, which can measure the speed of a moving car by itself. Anyone who has ever driven on the highway at night knows that this is a monotonous activity, which nevertheless requires increased concentration. China solved the problem in an interesting way. These lasers have been installed on highways to prevent drivers from falling asleep while driving. Surely, such a light show will cheer up anyone. An ordinary barrier is already a thing of the past. Nowadays, there are more effective containment systems. Such a barrier can easily stop even a speeding truck. This is what I understand, a system for protecting territories. Correctly marking repair work on the highway is a labor-intensive and rather risky task. Nissan took care of this problem and created a special van that can correctly place signs without even leaving the car. Making the right grooves on a fresh road is extremely easy and quick, especially if the equipment is able to do it automatically, simply by driving in the right place. But engineers came up with such a cheap and effective method of road repair to prevent small potholes on the road from turning into deep holes. Of course, this does not completely solve the problem, but it allows you to gain time before a full repair. To be continued. Those who choose bicycles instead of cars as a means of transportation are already making a difference to the environment. But it turns out that you can also clear the roads of debris simply by pedaling. But the Jackson Street Swing Bridge impresses with its unique mechanism. It is capable of both lowering and rising to accommodate large ships. This design allows for movement of both land and water transport, making it an important element of infrastructure. Drawbridges, of course, are not an innovation, but how good they are in action. It is quite problematic to apply temporary road markings with paint, but it is extremely necessary, for example, during road works. In this case, it is much more convenient to use reflective tape, which can be applied and removed in just a few seconds. Sometimes it is extremely important to control the flow of traffic on motorways before tunnels or repair work. This is precisely why horizontal gates were invented, which can block one or another lane only by pressing a button. And thanks to ideal lighting, such gates are safe even on high-speed routes. Subtitles adjusted by Simon.